Everybody's seen it. It's been in, well, it's been the whole way around. Sydney.
That's despite a backflip by the New South Wales government, which has bowed to public pressure and given the spray cans the all clear.
Adelaide nurse Prue Blackmore doesn't care she's breaking the law. She says it's a system of pepper aerosol, legally available, but only if advertised as a deterrent against dog attacks.
When it is sprayed, they start dissipating within 5 minutes. All effects have disappeared within 45 minutes.
And while the argument rages over whether people should be able to carry the sprays, many police, including our own staff force, already do. In the United States, pepper spray is a standard issue, and Britain's police force is seriously considering it. Jackie Drewer, 7 Nightly News.
Of the 17,000 dog attacks in South Australia every year. It's a stinging pepper-based spray propelled from small canisters, this one disguised inside a torch.
And with a dog's nose being 200 to 300 times more sensitive than ours, the dog either starts sneezing or walks away or runs off, but certainly doesn't want to come back and attack you again.
John Campbell's imported the product and has held talks with the Electricity Trust, Engineering and Water Supply Department and Australia Post, whose employees run the gauntlet of savage dogs every day. All are considering the product, which now has the support of the RSPCA. It's found the spray to be effective and cause no long-term side effects to its target, but approval came conditionally. A letter to the distributor asked that all operators be trained in the spray's use, that it be used for no purpose other than deterring dogs, and that the spray be sold only to government agencies and established businesses which can prevent abuse. Mr. Campbell's abided by those conditions and reminds buyers it's now illegal to use the spray against humans.
And who's probably saved more lives than anybody else in the world. And will bring you the winning entry in the Adelaide Zoo's competition to name their sun bears. But first tonight, the device that could save your life, but you're not allowed to use. In the past few months, 2 fatal shootings have called into question just how far you can go to defend yourself. But what if there was a product that could fend off an attacker without causing any permanent harm? Well, there is. The only problem is if you buy it and use it, the law may not be on your side. Jacinta Tynan has the story.
The old man is believed to have shot the intruder once in the chest. Mr. Geisley?
The tow truck operator who shot an alleged armed robber at a Keswick service station on Saturday night. It's been revealed Foreman isn't...
Imagine if in these cases the person defending themselves was not armed with a gun, but with a can of chili pepper spray.
I would rather be robbed with somebody with a pepper spray in their hand than a great big carving knife or a gun. I mean, at least I might be blind for 10 minutes or put out of action for some time, but I'm not going to be dead.
Instead of the general public going out and arming themselves, let them use non-lethal forms of self-protection, so at least they can have a chance.
John Campbell is one salesman prepared to put his money where his mouth is.
What's it feel like?
Well, I can't open my eyes. As soon as I try and open my eyes, it just stings, so I've lost my sight.
Would you be capable of continuing on with an attack?
Definitely not. No way. No. Your eyes basically swell slightly, so you can't open your eyes. You have a mouthful of and a lungful of chili pepper, which makes you cough and sneeze for a short period of time, and also it makes your skin feel very, very hot. So what you're looking at there is an effect that, let's say, it's like getting a slap across the face in one area, your eyes close in another area, and you don't want to go forward. All you want to do is worry about what's happened to you.
After being sprayed, John was out of action for half an hour, but within 45 minutes was fit and well. From this demonstration, it's apparent the spray is debilitating, and a report from the British Home Office has cleared it of any long-term health effects. But John Campbell is still not having much luck convincing governments of its benefits. In South Australia, the spray is available as a dog repellent, and it's also on the market in Western Australia. But no state government has sanctioned it as a means of self-defence.
There really is no protection in the so-called self-protection sprays, cayenne pepper sprays, when in fact all the evidence suggests that they're more likely to be used against the person who's carrying it and is seeking to protect herself or himself than against an offender. It becomes the rule of the jungle rather than the rule of law.
It leaves few options for people wanting to defend themselves.
There seems to me to be something slightly perverse about the fact that you can't buy a spray which is totally harmless, yet you can buy, provided you're prepared to pay enough, a gun.
You could think of many hypothetical instances where they might in fact be used against a woman in a rape encounter much more effectively than a firearm. It's a disabling device.
Drop the knife! Drop the knife! I said drop the knife!
But there's nothing stopping the police from using the spray. While most states have decided against it, it's been used by the South Australian Star Force for over a year. Strangely, the police hierarchy here declined to comment, but members of the Star Force have expressed reservations about the spray's effectiveness in critical situations. That's not the impression you get from this police training session carried out in Victoria recently.
Behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
We have to view all the safety aspects of the spray, and we want to be 100% certain that there's no question about the safety of it.
Still, the South Australian police don't want the spray in the public's hands.
There's a concern to try to ensure that we don't provide even more advantages for the hoons and the thugs and the crooks than are there at the present time.
It may be that skinheads and National Front people and thugs of various kinds buy this spray, if it were to be freely available, and use it, but we don't know that'll happen until we have the chance to see whether it would happen. And if the availability of the spray means that women walk stronger, then I'm in favour of it.
The South Australian government says the law will only change when it's presented with a persuasive argument. 2 fatal self-defence shootings in 5 months is not persuasive enough.
What is the problem of people defending themselves with something as non-lethal, may save their life, may save